Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is doing good and staying safe at home. We have come up with a new series, and it's a very exciting series with our hospitality training experts. So, I welcome everyone to the very first episode of The Sweet Life at the 5 Stars. Today, we have one of our hospitality training expert with us, Mr. Priyankar Pal. So I hope you all are excited to know about his journey, and I'll quickly add him to the show. Let's wait for Priyanka to accept our request.
There you
Hi,
go.
Priyanka. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very
How are
much.
you
Very
doing?
good afternoon. How are you doing?
I am doing good.
Great. Nice to meet you.
Priyanka, as you know, this is the very first episode of our new series, and you are our first guest. So, are you
All right.
excited about the show?
Oh, I'm very much excited about it. It's the first time for me as well, so I'm really excited. And I'm also would love to share my experience with you and of course with all of our viewers as well.
Oh, so with the same energy, let me ask my first question. Okay.
All right. I hope it's
So,
not too difficult.
yeah. So, Priyanka, what inspired you to, join the hospitality industry? Um, now you're in this
Well,
industry for a very long time. So,
yes.
what was your inspiration?
I actually always wanted to join an industry which would give me an opportunity to meet different people from different country, from different culture, so that I can come to know about them pretty well. And of course, due to my parents' job, even we used to travel a lot as well during my childhood, and we stayed in different hotels. So I've seen all the glitters and the luxury as well, and I was always attracted towards that. And then it happened to be like my brother is also a hotelier.
Oh,
So
that's great.
I learned all those things from a very beginning as well. And then after my plus two, I really wanted to join a course which will give me an immediate appointment as well. And then this is one of the fastest growing industry in the world, if
Right.
you see. And it's
Right.
there for last 500 odd years. Now, an industry which is there for last 500 years will always be there for next 1,000 years as well.
Of
So that's
course.
the biggest reason why I've selected hospitality industry.
So basically, you're well aware about the,
Yes, I was
perks and
pretty much aware
everything of
about
the
this.
industry.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, so you have done your graduation in the same field, right?
I
So
did
you
that.
got all your training from your graduation?
Well, yes, during the hotel management course, actually, the institute always gave us all the relevant trainings which is required in order to become a hotelier, of course. But then it's always better to get practical knowledge over theory. So
Right,
yes,
right, right.
uh, during the first year onwards, only we used to go to the hotels for trainings. So it all started there on, and I really believe that yes, now this is the place where I should spend my by the practical knowledge. And here you go. I'm here with standing in front of you, sitting in front of you, and sharing my experience.
Right, right. So you have worked with multiple chains of hotels, right?
Yes,
Yeah. And which one is your favorite?
that's kind of a tricky question.
Okay.
Well, when you work with different hotels, you get to learn a lot of new things from every hotel, and
Right, right,
every hotel becomes a part of your memory, and of course, a part of your family as well. But if I
right,
have to select the one, I would always go for the first job with the Best Western Premier Holiday Regency in UP. So that was my first job. So I'm selected as an as an FOA over there. So of course, I've learned a lot of things from there in terms of communication, in terms of interacting with the guests, with our co-colleagues, about systems and all those things. But then when you moved on with your life and joined some other properties, you get to learn a lot of new things too, like the Park Hyderabad or the Lemon Tree Hotel from that extent. Like it's all about pre-opening over there. So yes, pre-opening, it's a hotelier's dream to work
right,
with a hotel which is pre-opening because you get to learn a lot of things. You become a core part of the strategy making team, and also you get to learn a lot of things about training, which is the integral part of our industry, training. So
right.
that I've learned from there. And then when you moved on to a different hotels, like and then I moved on to the Pride Pune. So being an old hotel, no, it was having a different challenge altogether, as I had to mold myself as per the hotel, as per my employees, and I had to take all of them along with me. So learn a lot of people management over there. And honestly, that's one of the uh, best thing one could ever learn from a hotel. Because when you work in an industry which has got thousands and thousands of person working, you should know how to manage your employee. You should know how to manage your co-colleagues,
Right, right.
apart from the guest, of course.
Yeah. Plus, Pride is a very big chain. So,
Absolutely,
yeah.
indeed, indeed. And then the latest assignment of mine was with the Dynasty Guwahati. Now, all the hotels I've worked with till now was a part of chain. So there is a different experience altogether when you work with a chain because there are protocols and you all have to follow that. And there are only set responsibilities when you're working with a chain group of hotels. However, whenever you work with a standalone property, things changed altogether because
Right.
you are the manager. And if you want to think that yes, you are suitable enough to do some other job as well, you have to do that. You cannot say no to your
Right.
owner anything. So yes, there I've explored the online part of the hotel's revenue management, plus the sales and marketing part as well.
So, a
So
different kind of
yes,
experience altogether.
absolutely, absolutely. But if you really want me to pick one, I'll always keep that Best Western Premier Holiday Regency at the top of my list because that was my first job. And you all know that.
First job is always, special.
Absolutely,
That
absolutely, absolutely.
experience is always different
Correct,
and,
correct, correct.
close to our heart. So, I can understand
All the
why.
time, all the time, all the
Yes.
time.
Yeah, so you have worked with so many different kind of hotels and
Right?
different chains. So what kind of, I'm sure there must be some perks, not some, maybe a lot of perks. So
Oh,
what kind
yes.
of perks did you guys get over there?
Well, when you talk about perks, the advantages are a lot. Now, every single industry has its own advantage to offer to their employees.
Right.
You know that. We all know that. But
Yes,
well,
yes.
when it comes to our industry, which is hospitality, it changes a bit and it's very colorful as well.
Right,
Like we all
absolutely.
dream of staying with a five-star hotel, but then we need to spend a lot of money. But with us, it's not
Yes.
the case. You get to stay in a five-star hotel on a complimentary basis, or maybe you pay a certain amount of money, like maybe 50, 60% discounted price you pay for your family members or for your friends. And I guess that's a good advantage in one
Yeah.
note. Plus, like, you all love food, right? We all love that.
Yes,
So now when you
yes.
talk about hotels, and that comes with the complimentary things for us as well.
Two best
Plus,
things you're getting complimentary.
absolutely. Plus, the most important part is we are in a service industry. We're providing hospitality to our guests. And now, if guest becomes really happy with our services, you know that they'll always make us happy as well. And I believe you know that what I'm talking about. Like you
Yes,
always
yes.
get tips.
Right.
That's very, very important as well. So that really give us the energy to work every single
Right.
day. Now, when you talk about tip, how much do you think a person can earn in a day? Like wild
You want me
guesses,
to guess?
wild guess, wild guess. Yes.
Okay.
How much do you think?
2000 maybe?
2,000
2000
maybe. Yes, I
bucks?
also had the same idea that 1,000, 2,000 max to max, and I was thrilled when one of my lovely guests
Okay.
gave me $200 as a tip. Like
Oh,
this is for
wow.
you.
That's generous amount of tip.
Absolutely, yes. So that's kind of advantage you will receive when you're with this kind of industry. And apart from that, you get to meet a lot of person. And if you are someone who loves to travel, then I guess this is one of the industry which we should get associated with pretty quickly as well.
Right. I think one of the perk is also like you get to meet so many people, you get to learn so many things from them, right?
Absolutely. You'll be working with multicultural personnel. So
Right.
you work with different state in India, and if you are lucky enough to go abroad, you will work with different person as well of different nationalities. So you get to learn so many things, and that's something which is really an intangible part of our industry, and you cannot really count that with money.
Right.
But yes, that knowledge will always be there with
Right.
your.
It's for
Yes,
lifetime. The knowledge you gain while you're working, it's
absolutely,
for lifetime.
absolutely. Yes. It's a lifetime thing. One could say that it's a lifetime achievement actually.
Yes, yes, definitely.
And one more thing is like, every day is a new day for you. So it's not like a 9 to 6 job where you need to do every single thing once again every day, the same thing. It's not like that over here. It's always different.
Okay.
Every day is a new day for us.
Right.
So yes.
So speaking about 9 to 6, so how were your shifts? I mean, were you supposed to be available like all the time or like
Well,
24/7 or there were some shifts?
well, yes, correctly said. The word shifts. Because when you joined a hotel as a junior employee, you have that freedom or luxury, one could say that, to work in the shifts. So you've got morning, afternoon, evening, or even night shifts. But then thing changes once you become a manager, like a duty manager or an assistant front office manager, or even a front office manager. Things changed to a different
Right.
level altogether because then your priority changes. As a manager, you need to manage the team, you have to manage the hotel operations.
Right,
And when I
right.
say that, of course, you need to be there 24 by 7. Of course, it's not possible for a person to be there 24 by 7, 365 days physically. But yes, with your phones, you need to be there. Because you never know when your colleague might require your assistance or even your guest. Because we very proudly give our business card to our guest. That Akanksha,
Right.
please keep my business card and call me at any time in case you require any assistance. So the guest will not even see the watch, right? Yeah, okay, this is 10 o'clock morning, so let me call up Priyanka and request something. So you'll not do that. So you call up
So
at your
it's
own
like you kind
time.
of build trust with the
Absolutely.
customers, and then they
Absolutely. Absolutely.
right, right.
So
They feel
yes, when
welcomed
you,
after that.
correct. So when you become a manager, you have to be there 24 by 7, if not physically, but with your phone all the time.
Yeah, but with good opportunities, there are always good responsibilities as well.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. Very correctly said. Very correctly said.
Right. So, Priyanka, according to you, what are the qualities that you need to have when you are in this industry?
Well, when you talk about qualities, the first thing I would like to tell to all of you that we are into a industry which provides hospitality. Now, many of us generally do that mistake that we're in a service industry. Right. There's a difference between service industry and an
Right, right.
hospitality industry. Here, hospitality is kind of completely intangible fact. Right. We always provide a different level of service when you are in the hospitality industry. You need to touch heart of the guest.
Right.
Now, when I say that, to be honest with all of you, we are very much blessed with one thing that we know, Atiti Deva Bhava. So all we
Right.
know is Atiti Deva Bhava.
It's in our
Guest
culture.
absolutely is in our culture. And you don't have to read that, you don't have to learn
Right.
that. So that's an add-on advantage for us. Apart from that, you have to be a good communicator. Because the moment you start
True.
communicating well, you tend to get a lot of confidence. Plus, it becomes much easier for us to handle a situation. And you can handle a guest, your clients, and your co-colleagues in a proper manner. That's one
Right.
thing which is very much required. Then comes commitment level. Things which you're committed to your customer or client, you need to fulfill that at any given cost. And of course, when you do all these things with smile, we just cannot do it with a boring face. Of course, we cannot. Because that's
Yes.
what welcoming sign is all about. Right. Now,
Right, right.
there's the old saying in our business, and it says like this: a good hotelier is always a democrat. You know, a good hotelier is always a diplomat, an acrobat,
Okay.
right? And also an autocrat. Plus,
Okay.
last but not least,
One more.
a good hotelier is always to be a doorman. So we all should have all these qualities within ourselves. And then only, it's become much easier for us to work with this industry and get success as well. But
Right,
nevertheless,
right.
there are certain other fundamental qualities as well, which we all should have. And that is like ethics, honesty,
Right.
compassion about the industry. We should have all these things as well. And with all this and a smiling face, trust me, anyone can do this job. There's no rocket science at all. There is no rocket science in our industry. We all know
Right,
that.
right.
It's just like we need little bit of nurturing. And the moment we do that, so you get a product.
So basically, do everything but with a smile.
Absolutely. Do everything with a smile. Yes. Because
Right.
that's give you a welcoming gesture for us. So you feel
Right,
good
right.
about it. Someone smiles.
Right.
Whatever we're doing right
So,
now, we're talking to each other. Yes. Yeah.
sorry?
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So, according to me, the most important, like actually, it's one of the most important qualities, how you make your guest feel welcome.
Correct.
So, and what I
Absolutely.
can see in you is like you're a very cheerful personality. So, how did you imbibe those qualities in yourself?
Well, when you talk about these qualities, no, all these things come as a natural thing for us. And as I said, we know one thing, Atiti Deva Bhava. We have learned
Right.
that. So all these welcoming thing comes naturally. But of course, as I said, we need to always polish them. Every one of us has got that quality within ourselves. The only thing which is required is polishing part about it. But you also need to get trained about all these things too. You know, apart from
Okay.
the
So,
theoretical
this was
knowledge,
part of your training in your
well, yes,
school.
it was a part of our training, but then again, we learned that from the hotels as well. Because when you join hotels, no, they also give you training, a lot of training,
Right, right, right.
soft skill training they always give you. And
Hmm.
that becomes an essential and integral part of us. So how I have learned all those things is through this uh, uh, training only. Plus, we all knew that one thing, as I said earlier too. So we know that how to welcome a person because until and unless you generate that welcoming attitude within yourself, it has become a little difficult. But as I
Right,
said,
right.
we all have that welcoming attitude because as a guest, what do you want from a hotel? You paid money and need a glass
Right.
of water. So I can always serve that, ma'am, a glass of water for you. But you don't like that. That's just a service. But it's not with hospitality. So with a
Right.
smile, a generous smile, if I'll say that, ma'am, I hope you're doing well, a glass of water for you, anything else I can do for you right now. So these are
Wow.
extra things which will change the service to hospitality. And that's what we do. at
I
our
just
industry.
learned what a big difference when you say things with smile and when you say
Absolutely.
things just normally. Such a big
Absolutely.
difference.
Absolutely. Yes, indeed. Indeed.
Yeah. So, Priyanka, you're in this industry for a very long time, right? So, there must be scenarios, different scenarios actually. So, some will be good, some will be not so good. So, would you like to tell all the viewers your best and the worst
Well,
experiences?
absolutely, yes. Why not? The first thing I would like to tell to all of our viewers that, when you talk about bad experiences, never ever take a bad experience as bad experience. Always take learning from that. As a
Right.
guest who complains, we tend to, tag that guest as or experience as a bad experience. But please remember, that's the kind of experience which will be there with you for a lifetime. And you can learn a lot of things from there. Now, let's start with the positive things or a good experience,
Yes,
rather.
definitely.
So, like, there was the evening when I was there at my desk, the duty manager's desk, and I got a call from my reservation personnel that, sir, I want break, so can you please come and relieve? I said, why not? So I went there in the reservation office and I was sitting there. And then after 5 or 6 minutes, I got a call from my operator. So there's a
Okay.
call from Mr. Goswami and I wanted to speak to you. I said, yeah, put him through. The call came and I said, good evening, Priyankar. How may I assist you from reservations? So he said, yes, Priyankar, good evening. My name is Arnab Goswami and I want some assistance from your end. I said, yes, sir. Please tell me. How may I assist you? He said, yes, my name is Arnab Goswami. And I realized that, okay, there's something about the names. I said, the Arnab Goswami. He said, yes. I said, yes, sir, I'm a big fan of you and, I love your show and all. He said, yes, I have heard that a lot of times, but here I need your assistance and I want you to do the best. Because my wife would be traveling to your hotel and will be staying there for 2 nights. So please take care of it. And then he didn't say anything. And he also, told me one more thing that, you are best at your business. So I'm not going to tell you what you're supposed to do. Just, just do that. Take care of it. I said, right, sir, I'll do that. Of course, it's a VVIP.
Right,
VVIP
right.
check-in, which was there. So I called up my general managers and front office manager as well about the same thing. They said that, yeah, you have to be there. I said, of course, sir, I'll be there because sir called me up and told me about it. So I
Yes.
was there till 12:30, took her check-in. She was comfortable. We have upgraded her to the different category as well. So she liked the room. And then after 2 days, of course, she checked out from the hotel, but happened to get a call again from a number. And
Okay.
then the person said that, Priyanka, under this side, and thank you very much for everything. She was very happy with your services and also with your
Wow.
hospitality. Plus, she also said that you were there till 12:30 to check in. I said, yes, sir, as I said. He said that, yes, thank you very much for all this. Appreciate that. And that's one
Wow.
of the thing which would always, you know, we always love to keep within ourselves because that is something, a compliment like that is
Yes.
indeed a big achievement. What do you say?
Yes,
It's a
of
big
course. If
achievement.
someone is calling you to tell you that
Absolutely.
you have done a great job, and it's really good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like that, there are a lot of incidents where a guest called us up, sent letters as well. Even at the trip advisor, a lot of guests wrote our names too that thank you very much for your great service. So yes,
Wow.
there are great memories like that. And then
Beautiful.
talking about the other one, of course. You
Okay.
know,
Here comes the difficult part.
I have, yeah. So, those experiences are, I would not consider that the worst one, but yes, of course, indeed, I could say that it's a difficult one to handle. Because a guest who is angry will always complain. And it's my responsibility to actually fulfill their needs because they're paying money for it. Right. So, yes, I was there again in a duty manager's desk because duty manager in a hotel is like the king who has to handle every single situation. So I was there at the duty manager's desk and I realized that there was a guest at the coffee shop shouting quite loudly
Okay.
towards one of my colleagues. So I saw and I realized that there was a lady who was shouting at one of my senior personnel in the coffee shop. And, I thought that let's go and handle the situation because I had to do that anyway. So I
Right.
went there. And, I said that, excuse me, ma'am, my name is Priyanka and I'm the duty manager. Please tell me, how may I assist you? So she said that, well, Priyanka, I've ordered pasta with white sauce and I didn't like this texture at all. When I complained to this gentleman, he started arguing with me. I knew that that's not the case because nobody would argue with any of the guests. That's the
Right.
first thing, we have learned. Never, ever argue with your guest. And your guest is always right. So I said, right, ma'am, I'm really sorry for this inconvenience. Let me see what best I can do. So let me call up the chef and let us check. Yes, what exactly went wrong and how could we can fix it. And we'll, of course, prepare a new dish for you and we'll serve that to you. And I also took that employee of mine at the back office. I knew that there is something else going on there. So I asked him and he said that, no, sir, I didn't like the way she just yelled at me. I said, that's fine. Don't worry, we'll take care about this. So you be here till the time she's not going out from the restaurant. And then chef came, we took the order, and then we prepared the food, and then we placed the order to her table as well. She was happy. Meanwhile, we have offered her coffee and all as well. And I was there at my desk because I realized that the guest was pretty happy. Now, when she was moving out from the hotel, she actually came towards me and said that, Priyanka, thank you very much for everything. But I believe you know exactly what was the issue. I replied to her that, yes, ma'am, I think, yes, I know that. And yes, we'll do the needful. She said, yes, please do that. Because your hotel is good, hospitality is impeccable, but you need to do something about it. And what was that one thing which she didn't say, but she said it all is ego. So one of the
Right.
attributes which I didn't say that time is ego as well. So we all have ego, but being a hotelier, being a person in the hospitality industry, you should always keep the ego
Aside.
always outside the hotel door. Always. So never ever bring the ego
Somehow it's
inside
never
because
about the food actually.
absolutely it was never about the food. So she complained, he didn't reply maybe in a proper way, problem happened. So it's all about ego, what I've learned
Yeah,
that day.
right,
So
right.
never ever keep the ego. Because I have seen my general manager even picking up bags of guests. Being a general manager, he had got that luxury to say to anybody, but didn't do that. So there's the
Right, right.
ego. We do not keep ego within ourselves.
But it's a very
So
good
that
learning. Ego is never good for anyone actually.
absolutely,
Not even
absolutely
not just in hospitality, but in every field and in our daily
correct,
lives.
correct, correct. In any industry, wherever we are working, ego. It's not something we should always
Right,
carry.
right, 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 right.
Yes,
Very interesting stories. So you were talking about Mr. Arnab Goswami, right?
correct.
So you must have met so many celebrities apart from Mr. Arnab Goswami. How was your experience with them?
Well, when you talk about celebrities and hotels, they work together, I guess. So when you work in the hotels, you always get an opportunity to meet lots
Right.
of celebrities, VIPs, famous personalities as well. It all started with my training when what I did in Jaipur with Clark's Amer. So there I got an opportunity to meet the entire Indian cricket team and also the South
Wow.
African cricket team. And I also happened to meet Mr. Mahendra Singh Dhoni. But of course, that time he was
Wow.
only Mahendra Singh Dhoni and not MSD,
Okay.
DMSD. But of course. Plus, I also met the entire South African team, and to be honest, they were tall and well built, and I was like a
Okay.
kid. So I used to even I used to talk to them, I used to be like, "Sir, good evening, sir. How are you doing, sir? Everything is fine, and I'm a big fan of your." So like that. Even we got jerseys from them, and
Oh,
like
wow.
yes, yes, of course oversized. Uh,
But
that's
still,
one, yes. But then I also took check-ins of Mr. Rahul Gandhi,
okay.
Mr. Rajnath Singh, Mr. Nitin Gadkari as well during my hotel tenure. Plus, I had a golden opportunity to meet one of the famous personalities of India, the one and only, the missile man, Mr.
Oh
APJ
my God.
Abdul
Wow.
Kalam. So that's a moment
You're
which I'll
so
never forget
fortunate
in
to
my
meet him.
entire life. When you talk about film stars, yes, list are pretty long. Allu Arjun, famous South Indian actor, met
Yes,
him.
yes.
Then Boman Irani, our own Nana Patekar. Yes,
All the funny people of the
absolutely,
industry.
absolutely. Mr. Kailash Kher as well.
Okay.
Among sports personalities, I also met Mr. Javagal Srinath, Mr. Venkatesh Prasad as well. They were very gentle, very genuine personnel, very humble, down to earth, by the way. And of course, I had an opportunity to meet the dream girl as well,
Oh,
Miss Hema
that's great.
Malini as well. So the list is pretty long. We can talk all throughout the day as well. But yes, you get a lot of opportunities to meet all these celebrities
So
when
you
you're
have
working with our
covered
industry.
almost all the industry, sports,
Absolutely. And of course, I
politics.
met our industry's personnel as well, Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor, or rather,
Oh,
Chef
wow.
Sanjeev Kapoor as well. So, yes.
Beautiful. Yeah, your journey is really interesting, I must say.
All right. Let's hear
So,
that as well. Thank you very
Priyanka,
much. Thank
apart
you.
from all the celebrities and all the glamour and perks, I'm sure there must be some challenges as well.
Every industry has got, I guess. Challenges are always there.
So, have you come
You know,
across any such challenge? I mean, any difficult
well,
situation you have come across?
yes. I did come across it. Lot many of this. Like challenges in a funny ways is like at a morning around 8:30, you get to hear the fire alarm started ringing. So like fire alarm is like
Okay,
very alarming in
of
anywhere.
course.
So we
And
all
very
and being
scary.
absolutely scary as well. And being a duty manager, it's my responsibility to keep our guests and our co-colleagues in a proper manner as well. Safety and security is also our first priority. So you all rush towards the floor because we have a screen where you can always find out that from where this alarm is coming. So you all rush towards the floor and then we identified the room
Okay.
and we started knocking.
Okay.
Though we had a Mastercard with us, but we started knocking first.
Okay.
After almost a minute, nobody came out, and we are about to open the
There
door
was a
with a
guest
master.
over there.
Yes,
Okay.
we're about to open the door with the master key, thinking that there must be something pretty wrong must happen inside the room because the fire alarm rang from that room
Right, right,
only.
right.
And then we realized that the guest came out and said that what happened? Why you all are in front of my door? Did I do something wrong? I said, well, not exactly, but well, we have received an alarm from your room, so which is here to check is everything right or not. Then he replied that what kind of alarm did you receive? I said it's a fire alarm, by the way. Then he replied that okay, that's good, but then there is no fire at all. You can come and check my room, and I'm a non-smoker, so there is no point you'll find a fire alarm. But I guess all these things happening because of your bathroom. He was taking shower with hot water, and that vapor basically triggered that alarm. So it was indeed alarming in a different way. So yes, this kind of
Okay.
an incident really happens at hotels, and also earthquake is one of that. You have got no control over it. Seismic activities can happen at any time, but yes, we all need to follow a protocol. So yes, we got trainings as well in the hotels how to handle this kind of situations. So we all need to follow the protocol only. There's a standard operating procedure for all these things. We all need to follow the protocol, and yes, we did that all the time. Yes, that's
Even
like
your
kind of a
challenges
challenging
are
situation.
so interesting. Like the
Yes,
fire alarm
indeed,
because
indeed,
of the shower. It's really funny.
absolutely, absolutely, yes. And
You
we
must have
really
come across
relieved
so
that.
many such funny situations,
Absolutely,
right?
yes. And we relieved. We were really relieved when he said that it
Right.
came from this particular paper. Because that's fine, we can control that. But
Plus,
fire is
guest
a
was not aware of what is happening.
no. Only heard the alarm. It's very loud, by the way. So
Right,
not only
right,
him,
right.
but all his resident guests alongside whomsoever was staying, they all came out. And we're about to call others as well that please let's go to the nearest assembly area because there can be a fire in the hotel. But we realized that well, all these was not a fire, but just the vapor. Yes,
Really funny. So, you have worked with teams and managed teams, right? So, how was
yes.
your bonding with your, colleagues, your juniors, your managers?
Well, I must admit one thing that when you work in a hotel, an industry which is like operational 24 by 7. You spend a lot of time with your co-colleagues as well inside the hotel. So they become a part of your family rather than a simple co-colleagues. So they all are family members. And even the hotels become our next home. To be honest, hotels become our next home and all our colleagues become our family members. Though, yes, it's a little difficult to keep in touch with everyone these days. But again, we have this Insta, we have got WhatsApp and FB, so we
We
can
have
always
all
get
the
in touch with each
platforms to
other.
stay connected, right?
Absolutely, we can
These
always get in touch
days.
with each other. But we have always had a great bonding. It's all about team, it's all about team because when you work with an industry which is customer centric,
Right.
because our main motto is to offer hospitality to our guests, and alone one person cannot
Yeah,
really do
that's
that.
right.
You
Absolutely.
can you agree with that. So
Right.
yes, it's always a team. It was a team, it is a team, and it will be a team always. And we all are together all the time. And when I talk about family members, I even got my better up from this industry too. So yes, indeed,
Wow.
indeed,
All the
I can
more
always say
beautiful
that. I
reason
can
to be
always
in
say
this
that. Yes, I
industry.
have that luxury to say that. Yes, indeed, this industry and the industry people are my family members.
Wow. So I'm really enjoying this conversation with you. Let us increase the level of our fun right now. All right.
All right. Yes,
So
of course.
how
Why not?
about a game of Never Have I Ever?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I guess you're aware of the rules of the game, right? So
Yes, I am.
here I'll ask you a Never Have I Ever question.
All
Okay.
right.
So if you have done it, you take a bite of the chocolate,
Okay. Okay.
preferably a dark chocolate.
All right. Yes. Yes, I'll do that.
Right.
Of course.
So
Why not?
I have prepared few questions for you over here.
All right. I hope these are not very difficult questions.
No, no, no. Something you must have done or you must have not done.
All right. Please bring it on. Yes. Yes. I'm ready. All set to
All
go.
right. So I'll start with my first question here. Okay.
All right.
So
Please.
never
Yes.
have I ever used a fake ID.
Well, no, never. We always tell our guests to use the right one. So yes, I've never done that in my life.
Not that is a very good thing to do. I'm glad you
Yes.
haven't done that. So you
Right.
don't
Thank
get the
you. Yes.
chocolate, and it's a very good thing.
All right.
Okay, moving on. Never have I ever sang karaoke.
Can you come again, please? Yeah. The
Never
question, please. Can
have
you come again?
never have I ever sang karaoke.
Well, yes, I did that couple of times
So
with
you
my
like
friend
singing.
during parties. Yes. We, by the way, we all are like uh, bathroom singer, but yes, I do love to sing in karaoke. So I did that. So I guess I deserve a chocolate.
Yes, of course. You deserve a
All right,
bite of
great.
that
Thank
chocolate.
you. Yes, of course.
Great.
Yes.
Next question. Never have I ever pranked someone.
Well, no, I've never. But yes,
Never?
I always wanted to.
Really?
It's there in my bucket list. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I would love to do that, but I haven't done it yet. I haven't find that kind of person whom I can prank.
Really?
Because as
Never
I
in your
say,
life?
no, never in your life. As of now,
That's
no.
kind of unbelievable because you have such a joyful personality, and I was expecting that you must have pulled one or two pranks at
Really,
least.
no, I haven't done it yet. But yes, of course, it's there in my bucket list. So let's hope for the
We'll
best.
be waiting for this story as well, okay?
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes.
Okay, so next question is, never have I ever believed something was haunted.
Ah, that's like my favorite part. I always love that haunted part.
Haunted
Well,
part
I'm
really?
someone who love to find that kind of entity. But
Mm-hmm.
yes, I've never faced one yet. But really, I love to explore that part of the science, which
Really?
that's why I believed in that completely, and I love to explore that as well. I haven't got that opportunity yet, but let's
Please
see.
don't call
I
it
can.
an opportunity.
Well,
I'm
well. Let us find out that first, and then I'll of course share that story with all of you as well. I would really eager to find out that entity. which we called as
Okay. Again, then
post.
we'll be waiting for this story as well.
Absolutely, and I think I deserve a chocolate for this. This is
Half,
encouraging one.
please, not full
Half?
one.
All right, I'll do that.
Half after you meet the entity.
All right. All right.
Okay, next question. Never have I ever messed up with a fire alarm.
No, never. Never. Of course, my guests did,
Thank
but
God you
I've
never
never.
did that.
Never. That's the protocol. You cannot break the protocol by any chance. No way.
Then only you only have to come and solve the problem.
Absolutely. And I do not really want to invite the complaint. No way. No.
Right. So moving on. Never have I ever snooped through someone's stuff.
Well, not recently, actually. It all happened when I was a kid. With my brother's stuff, I used to do that because he was someone who used to keep everything in a proper way. And I was not the one. So I used to always do. But when things changed, when you become adult, so I'm not doing that anymore. But yes, I used to do that. With
So
only
you
with
are
my
the
brother.
younger sibling.
Yes, I'm
Younger
the youngest.
siblings are always the notorious ones.
Always, yes. Always kind of that. Always kind of that, yes.
Right. Okay.
So,
So you get a chocolate for this.
you know, chocolate for this, I'll take
Yes.
one.
Okay.
Yes.
So next, never have I ever fought in public.
What do you think?
I think I can answer this for you.
Well,
I don't
uh,
think you must have fought.
no, never. Never. You know why? Because it's all about hospitality. And when you are
Yes,
into an
that's why.
industry, absolutely, which is called as, you have to be hospitable every single time. It's there in your core. You
Right.
really do not want to fight. No. Yeah, as I said, no, I would tell you to be a diplomat. Okay, diplomatic person and say thank you very much. Excuse me for this. And then we
Right,
simply go
right.
out from that. So I never fought that. Never fought with that
You
person
must be
in
the
public.
one who will probably stop the fight and not,
Well, yes,
do it.
kind of bouncer. Yes, yes, yes.
Right.
Let me handle the
Okay.
situation. Let me
Yes.
handle this situation like that way. Absolutely.
You are not getting a chocolate for all the good things. Okay, so next question. Never have I ever lied about my age.
Well, no, not exactly.
No, you
Never.
don't have to,
It's
but
just a number. I have never done that. I've never done.
good. So
Well,
no
I didn't get that.
chocolate.
To be honest, I didn't get that opportunity even. Never got that opportunity because we have that Aadhaar card always there with us. Or
Right,
because of
right,
option.
right.
Then you cannot lie actually when you have the Aadhaar card. And every time
It's the
you have
first
to go
thing a
for
hotelier will ask.
absolutely. So what to do now? You cannot do anything. It's all there.
Okay, next question. Never have I ever faked sick from work. You can't lie here for this question, okay?
Well, I'm skeptical about it because I don't know who are watching, and I don't want my boss to know. But yes, I did that several times.
Next
I would
time
not say
when
a
you
couple of
fall
times, but
sick,
several times. When I was
you're gone.
when I was young, when I was there in the industry, initially joined there as a supervisor, even honestly as a duty manager as well. I did that a
Okay.
couple of times. But yes, I always see the funny part about it. But I've learned that it's like you can if you have options, but one should not ever do that
Right,
in
right.
their life with the hotels because someone else has to stretch. But yes, when you can't help it, really, you have to. I did that. But then there is
So,
another story about it. And yeah, we'll can discuss that some other time maybe. But I did like
okay.
sick calls.
So you
I'm
get a
really
chocolate for that.
unwell. I'm really unwell, sir. I'm unable to come to the hotel. And
Remember
that's
this next time you make this excuse again.
I know that's the thing. No, I never wanted my bosses to listen to us.
But good part is you get a chocolate for making the good excuses.
Oh, of course, yes. Thank you.
Okay, so next question. Never have I ever taken soaps and shampoos from hotels. Everyone
I
has
don't
done
have
that.
to. I don't have to. It's all ours. As I said, being a hotelier, that's also one of the advantage you get. It's all ours. Of course, not from the guest room, of course. But if you really need something, you can always ask. And of course, for grooming purpose and all those things, there are hotels chain who generally provide all these things to us as well.
Oh,
So you don't
that's
have to
great.
take any of this. Any of this. Like
So you
with your
never experienced the
uniform,
kind of fun the guest.
no. You get the uniform from the hotel,
Mm-hmm.
you get the perfume as well from the hotel, deo spray from the hotel, and other grooming stuff. So why?
There's a little fun in taking all the shampoo bottles and
Oh
everything.
yes, we have experienced, but I've never done that.
Wow, you don't get a chocolate for that again. Okay, this is interesting. Never have I ever run into a glass wall. Different and
Ah,
interesting.
well,
Question for
well,
you.
well, 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 well. I actually run towards the glass wall. I literally banged myself. Unfortunately, nothing happened to the glass and to myself. But
Okay.
it was Hyatt Regency, Kolkata, and we were doing training over there. And it was an afternoon. A lunch was going on, and one of my captains said that just go and serve the guest who was there outside the banquet hall near the pool side. And I thought that yes, let's go and serve the guest. And I've never noticed that there is a glass partition over there, and it's so clear.
Yeah.
Hospitality and cleanliness comes together.
Yes.
It's so clear that I never came to know that there is a glass over there, and I literally banged.
My God.
Everybody smiled at me, but I managed myself and then took the door and
You
the
must
guest
have
came
laughed
back and
yourself.
then absolutely went to the back office and applied some ice. But then yes, it happened once. After that, I always use my hands. You know,
Safety
do a
protocol.
moonwalk first, and then only do a Michael Jackson stuff first, and then only walk. So I've
I
started
will
doing
suggest please take all the chocolate. Please have it for this incident.
it.
Okay, this was a really fun round, and your stories, I must say, are really interesting. Like this glass wall story, I was not expecting. It's a very
Well, indeed,
weird
even
kind of question, but you again have a
absolutely, I
story
love
for it.
absolutely, absolutely, and I
But
loved it.
yeah, so but we'll have to end our conversation with this
Really,
fun
right now?
round. Uh, One more question I have for you.
Okay, okay, okay. Fair
So,
enough, fair enough.
if you have to summarize your entire career journey in this hospitality industry, so how would you, explain or describe the sweet life of Priyankar Pal at the Five Stars?
Well, in one sentence, a line which gave me the better half is always impressive, and I always remembered this. That's number one, always.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from this, of course, when you talk about life in hotel, it's always exciting. It's always fun part about it, and of course, every single step you get to learn a lot of new things. You get to meet a lot
Right.
of new person as well, and you tend to learn their culture
Mm-hmm.
and their beliefs as well. And I am someone who loved doing that all the time, all the time. So I've grabbed every single thing from this industry during my 14 years tenure. But of course, it's just a journey and it's just the beginning.
Right.
I would not really want to summarize it right now because there are a lot many things to come, and we'll again meet in near future and we'll discuss about more. But yes, till now the experience was like super rich, and I'm really excited that I got an opportunity to work with this many different hotels. I got an opportunity to meet all this great personnel as well. And on top of that, I have learned so much about guest management, people management, which money can't buy. These are something which cannot be measured, right? So that's one thing I've learned. Plus, if I have to really tell all of our viewers about it, if you are really excited, if you are really someone who loves to interact with person, if you are someone who loves to service or or love to provide hospitality service rather, this is the industry you should always select and join without wasting any further time. That's
Wow.
what I have to say to all of you. Plus, one more add on thing, which I've really learned and I use that every single day, is crisis management. Because when you are with hotels, crisis and strategy, these two things comes together again as a friend of ours. And you all need to know how to manage a crisis situation. So whatever is the situation, negative, positive, whatever it is, always try to take out the positiveness about it. And then if all is negative, try to find out a probable solution for it. And then, again, as I said, provide service with a smile.
With a smile,
All the way.
right?
That's what I've learned throughout these 14 years. And it's still going on. Even as a hospitality trainer, is I'm learning that as well. So it's a learning curve every time. It's a never ending process. We all know that.
Right, right. So today, what I have learned from you is how you turn a very difficult situation into such fun and positive scenario. It is really inspiring, Priyanka, and I really thank you for coming on the show. And I hope our viewers have enjoyed our conversation and your fun stories.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, Akanksha. And of course, thank you very much for asking me all these questions. And thank you for giving me this golden opportunity to share some of my experience with all of our viewers as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you everyone for watching this show, and we'll keep coming with more exciting series, and stay tuned for fun episodes. Goodbye, stay healthy, stay safe. So bye, Priyankar.
Bye bye. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.